Namaste and good morning, everyone. Let's start our Wednesday class with the prayers. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhu Bhavaswaha, Tatsavitra Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Asto Ma Satgamya. Tamso ma jyotirgamya, mrityurma amritam gamya. Om sahna bhavatu, sahna bhunaktu, saviryam karvavahi, tejasvi navadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahi. Om shanti shanti shanti. A couple of weeks ago, one of our dear student, Kameshwari, she sang Guru Ashtakum, and everybody really loved it. But I wanted you to know the meaning of that too, because it's in Sanskrit, and most of us are not familiar with the Sanskrit language that much. So today's class is about explaining the Guru Ashtakam. But before I start, let me tell you a little bit about Guru. Because most of us think a Guru is just another teacher. And they can even say that, oh, I have many Gurus. Teachers could be many, Guru can be only one. So that kind of a relationship with the Guru. What does Guru do for us? See, other teachers, sure, they teach us math, science, or even there are teachers for the dogs to train them, teachers for the horses to train them, to tame them. But what does Guru do for us? Why there is so much importance of Guru in our life? Our ancient rishis, the seers, they said, Mahat satsang durlabha agamya amoksha. Company of a great person, Guru, our spiritual teacher, master, is very difficult. And even very difficult to recognize, even if Guru is standing in front of us. See, just like we say, God is everywhere, but do we see God? Do we recognize God? The same way we don't recognize Guru either. Guru does not declare in a thundering voice that I am your Guru. What Guru teaches us is called Adhyatma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. And with the help of that kind of a knowledge, with that Vidya, he frees us from the bondages. If we think that these bondages or the shackles, we are becoming free, that means we are under the protection of the Guru. Let me tell you a story which I heard from my own Guruji. That there were 3 Rajkumars, prince. They had a friend. Their friend did something wrong, and that friend was put into jail. Jail also as a capital punishment. King knew that he's a friend of my son's. He asked all 3 of them, what kind of a favor you want for your friend? First one said, give him clothes. Give him food. Second one said, give him money or give money to his family. And the third one said, just forgive him and release him. That is Guru. So what do we really want? Are we after more clothes or more money or more material opulence? When we come under the shelter of a guru, we know the importance of this freedom. And Guru shows us what that freedom is, what we need to do, and how to do it. Guru inspires us. Guru guides us. Guru loves us. That's what we learn from our scriptures. That is the greatness of the Guru. That's why in the Shvetashwar Upanishad, the Rishi said, Yasya deva parabhakti, yatha deve tathA Guru. Tasmai tathA harta prakashyanti mahatmana. This is what Upanishads say. This is what the Vedas say. This is what Gita says too. This is what Ramayana says. That we need to take the shelter under that Guru. And this is what Adi Shankaracharya ji wrote in these 8 verses also about Guru. About Guru. So the author of these 8 verses is Shankaracharya ji. He composed it. He composed many other scriptures, but this small scripture with 8 verses in the praise of a Guru. Praise of a Guru. It's like a poem. It is recited by many people on a daily basis. So emphasis in this prose or this poetry is the importance of a Guru's on this journey, a spiritual journey. But we should not let blind devotion cloud our judgment and our critical thinking. Guru encourages critical thinking. Guru removes this cloudiness from our intellect. So to me, the main takeaway of the Guru Ashtakum is not blind, unquestioning devotion to the Guru. Even though it emphasizes the importance of the Guru, it also outlines the most essential qualities of a disciple. And those qualities are humility and gratitude. Those are the 2 qualities. If we have those qualities, we will see that power of the Guru, the energy of the Guru is just coming towards us constantly. So I will request Kameshwari to sing these 8 verses and then we will go through these slowly. And today we are going to show you on the whiteboard these verses also, one at a time, so that you can copy them or at least look at it. How do they look? In Sanskrit, in English. So please, Kameshwari. Unmute yourself.
Okay, yeah, now I can unmute. You can hear me, right?
Yes, yes, I can.
Okay. sharIram surUpam tathA kalatram yashaschAru chitram dhanam merutulyam manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim kalatram dhanam putrapautrAdi sarvam gruham bAndhavAh sarvametaddhi jAtam manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim ShaDangAdivedo mukhe shAstravidyA kavitvAdi gadyam supadyam karoti manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim videseshu manya swadeseshu dhanya Sadachara vrutteshu matto na chanyah manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim Kshama mandale bhupa pupala brundai sada sevitam yasya padaravindam manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim yasho me gatam dikshu dana pratapa jagatvastu sarvam kareyat prasadat manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim na bhoge na yoge na vavajirajau na kamta mukhainaiva vitteshu chittam manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim aranye nanasvasya gehena karye nadehe manovarta teme tvanarge manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah kim Guru Ashtakum yap pate punya dehi yatir bhupatir brahma chari chagehi labhe dvanchitardham padam brahma samgnam gurorukta mano yasya lagnam gurorukta mano yasya lagnam Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Thank you very much, Kameshwari.
Thank you.
Now I would request Jyoti to, on the whiteboard, put the first verse so that everybody can look at it. And you can learn this, the meaning word by word. See, this was the very first verse which Kameshwari sang. Shariram surUpam tathA kalatram. See, shariram is the body. surUpam, that means beautiful. Su means good. Okay? Beautiful, handsome body. Tatha means likewise. Va means or. Kalatram, wife. Yashas, fame. Cha means and. Charu means esteemed. Charu. Chitram. Normally, chitra means a picture. But over here, it's a little different. Chitra means bright and distinguished. Chitram. Dhanam, money. Meru is a Mount Meru. Mount Meru is considered to be the center of all the physical, metaphysical, and spiritual universes. Mount Meru. Tulyam, comparable. Manaha, mind. Chet, if. Na means not. Lagnam, adhering to. guroranghripadme. Guru's lotus feet. Padam. Padam is the lotus. Guru's feet are considered lotus feet. Tatah means then. Kim means what. And to emphasize that point, He repeated that several times in each verse. tathA kim, tathA kim, tathA kim, tathA kim. So Adi Shankaracharya ji is saying, you may have a handsome body, a beautiful wife. That means your partner. A renowned reputation. And riches as high as Mount Meru. So that means endless wealth. But if your mind is not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? What is the use? So he's bringing our mind towards this temporary material opulence. Ultimate goal is the freedom which Guru can give us, ADHyatam which Guru can give us. So sharIram surUpam tathA kalatram yashaschAru chitram dhanam merutulyam manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tathA kim tathA kim tathA kim tathA kim. Okay, so this is the first verse. The second verse, let's look at that. It starts with the word kalatram. Kalatram is a wife. We learned that in the first verse. Dhanam, money. PutrapautrAdi, sons, grandsons, etc. So that means our future generation. Sarvam, everything. Gruham, home. bAndhavAh, relatives. Sarvam etadithi jAtam, all born in a great family. And then the next line is the same, okay, as we learned in the first verse, okay. So you may have a wife, wealth, children, grandchildren, house, relatives, and are born in a great family. But if your mind is not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? What is the use? If you look at our own life, how much energy, how much time we have spent in the temporary. We have to decide that. We got to recognize what is the purpose of our life. Verse number 3. ShaDangAdivedo mukhe shAstravidyA kavitvAdi gadyam supadyam karoti. Then again the same line. Manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme tathA kim tathA kim tathA kim tathA kim. ShaDangAdi. Shat means six limbs. Vedo in the Vedas. And what are these 6 limbs of Vedas? These are called 6 Ved Angs. They are called Siksha, Chand, Vyakaran, Niyut, Jyotish, and Kalapa. These are the Shat Ved Angs. Shiksha means phonetics. Chand means the meter. Every mantra has a meter. So the Guru teaches which meter this particular verse should be sung as meter. Vyakaran, the grammar. Grammar is very important. Nitukta, it is etymology. How those words are put together. What is the root word of that is Jyotish, astronomy. And Kalap is the rituals. The rituals. So these are the Shat Ang in the Vedas. Mukhe. Mukhe means mouth. So refers to face, but in this context, mouth is the most appropriate meaning. Mukha. Shastra, sciences. Vidya, knowledge. kavitvAdi, literary. Gadyam, prose. Supadyam. See, padya means poetry, gadya is prose. Supadya means good poetry. Karoti, compose or do. So Shankaracharya is saying the Vedas with their 6 limbs and the knowledge of all sciences may be on your lips. So that means you have memorized it all. You may have great literary command and you can compose fine prose and poetry. But if you don't have a guru, what use? What is the use? What is the use? What is the use? So in other words, all of those are just the means. Towards the goal, only Guru can take you. This morning I was, during my own prayers, I read Yog Mahadivya Ramayana. The same thing came over here, written by my own Guruji. He said, सफल वही जन होते हैं जिसे गुरु की टेक, विघ्न निवारक सतगुरु मुख्य बात ये एक. It's very in simple Hindi he has written the essence of the Vedas. लाख करे जन यतन भी मन न वश में होए. With your own effort you really cannot control your mind. यही विघ्न सबसे बड़ा मुमुक्षु जाने सोए. Then he says, Sakal Jagat ke Nath Jo. All the relationships in the world. Or Jagat ka pyar. We are looking for a love in the world. From our relatives, from our friends, from our children, grandchildren. He says, all that love, kar sangrah Guru Charan mein, dalu sab ek baar. He says, I want to have only that relationship. Because that is the ultimate, that is my relationship which will take me towards my final goal. Vinay yahi Guru Charan mein karta hardam meet अन्य आश विश्वास से रहे शून्य मम चेत. संपत्ति सुगति सुमति चाहिए नामो लेश. I don't want any of it. Great intellect or the wealth. With Shankaracharya is talking about wealth, that kind of a heap which is as tall as the Mount Meru. He says, केवल गुरु के चरण में प्रीति बड़े निशेष. गुरु चरण मेरी प्रीति नित बड़े, गुरु चरणों के मांझ यही विनय हरदम करूं प्रातः से ले सांझ. So all the great people, the realized people, the avatars, the gurus, that's what they said. And that's the reason I wanted to go through this Guru Ashtakum today. It really touched me when Kameshwari sung this. It reminded me that this is what we need to not only memorize. Sure, if you can memorize, good, but bring this kind of a gratitude and this kind of a love and the devotion at the feet of our Guru. If you want some progress in this lifetime. Let's look at verse number 4 now. Videsheshu manyaha swadeshu dhanyaha sadachar vriteshu matocha anya. Then second line is the same. Videsh, like a desh word, videsheshu, in other countries. Manya means honor. Swadesheshu, in homeland. Swa means your own country. Videsh is the foreign country. Dhanyaha, prosperous. Sadachar, righteous conduct. Vritteshu, in circles. That's a vritti, circle. And it means in the whole globe over here. Mataho means after me. Anyaha, anyone. You may be honored in foreign lands, prosperous in your homeland, in your own country. There might not be anyone else in this world who surpasses you in good conduct. You can have the greatest conduct also. But if your mind is not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? What is the use? We are running after all that, but we don't have the shelter of our Guru. No use. Number 5. Kshama mandale bhoop bhupal vrinde sada sevitam yasya padar vindam. Manaschena lagnam guroranghripadme. Tath kim, tath kim, tath kim, tath kim. Kshama mandale, in the land of forgiveness. That means the truth, the earth. Kshama mandale. Bhoop bhupal vrinde, by groups of kings and emperors. Bhoop bhupal. Yasya, whose padar vindam, that is feet. So yasya means whose feet. So kings and emperors of the whole earth might always attend and serve at your feet. But if your mind is not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? What is the use? Then in the next one, number 6, he is saying, Yasho me gatam dikshu dan pratapaha jagat vastu sarvam kare yat prasad atmashen lagnam guroranghripadme tathA kim tathA kim tathA kim tathA kim. Yash, yash means fame. Me means mine. Dan, dan means charity. Pratapaha, heroism. Jagat, the world. Vastu, things. Sarvam, all, everything. Kar or kare, kare means hands. Like a kar agre, vaste Lakshmi. Kar means hand. Yad means which, prasada, by rewards. Prasadat means always reward, always grace. You may think that my fame has spread in all directions. Yasho me gatam dikshu. Dikshu over here means disha, the directions. My fame has spread in all directions. Why? Because I'm a dan pratapi. I am so generous. There's nobody bigger than me who can do the charitable work. I build the temples or help build the hospitals or the schools. So you may think my fame has spread in all directions because of my generosity. I possess all the things of this world in my hands as rewards for my good deeds. But if your mind is not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? Simple import over here is all those. He is not saying that don't do those things. Those are good deeds to do, but be humble. Because if we do good, and by doing good, we become arrogant, what did we gain? When we surrender at the feet of the Guru, we become humble. We become humble. We give the credit where it belongs. Number 7. Na bhoge, na yoge, na vajirajaho, na kanta sukhe, na eva vitesho chitram, manaschena lagnam, guroranghripadme, tathA kim, tathA kim, tathA kim. Na bhoge. Bhog is the worldly pleasures. So not in worldly pleasures. Na yoge. Not in deep concentration. So this is the context over here, yoga. Not talking about the ultimate union, but just a concentration or some yogic exercises. Va means or. Na vajirajau. Not in sense objects. So Raj over here means Rajsikta. So not in sense objects. Na kantha mukhe. Not in the face of the beloved. Okay, kantha mukhe. Na ev viteshu. Not in wealth, certainly. Ev means certainly. Chitram, the mind. Your mind may not be attached to the worldly pleasures. Deep concentration, sense objects, your beloved's face, or certainly not even in wealth. So that means you may have developed certain amount of renunciation, vairagya. But if your mind is not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? So all those are means to attain that. But to keep that in mind. And the last verse. Aranye na vasvasye gehe na karye na de he mano vartate me tvan arge manaschena na lagnam guroranghripadme tathA kim tatah kim tatah kim tatah. Na arnya. Arnya means the forest. Not in the forest. Va means or. Na swasya gehe. Not in your own home. Na karye. Not in actions. That means the achievements, accomplishments. Karya. Na dehe. Not in this body. Mano means mind. Vartate, stays or dwells. Me means mind. You may think my mind doesn't dwell in the forest, or in my house, or in my achievements, or accomplishments, nor in my body, or in any other invaluable objects. But if your mind is still not attached to the lotus feet of your Guru, what is the use? What is the use? What is the use? So you can see through all these verses, these are the 8 verses. Okay, the last verse which Kameshwari sung, that was just giving the importance to this. That anybody who sings that, anybody who follows this will definitely move towards the spiritual path. So he's not saying that don't do these worldly duties. Worldly duties must be done, but keep your mind attached to the lotus feet of the Guru. That makes us humble. That's how we get the guidance. That's how we get the inspiration. And that's how we move towards the right, on the right path towards the ultimate goal, the aim of this human life. So we'll end it over here, today's class, and have some discussions also. Om Purnamada Purnam Idam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya पूर्णमेव विशिष्यते। Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you very much.